Hi, I would like to talk about the concept of religion. Religion seems to be very important in the lives of many Western people. I'm living in Taiwan, and religion is a cultural relic that some people believe to one degree or a lesser degree. Um, all depending upon the person themselves. There's not a standard of Buddhist belief that everyone must ascribe to. There's no ceremony of becoming a Buddhist, such as baptism. Um, that's ceremonies and rites is different from what we Westerners would think of as religion. So, how did this all begin? Now, let's go way back when people were living in caves and doing the hunter gatherer thing, or maybe the beginning of the agrarian age. Um, as long as there have been people, there have been disabilities, genetic obs- mutations that caused epilepsy or um, some other disability. Um, at the time of this video, I'm 62 years old, or will be in October. Um, and when I was a child, we didn't understand ADHD, Asperger's, autism. It wasn't taught. When my dad went to college just after World War II to become a teacher, he didn't take a class in special education and how to work with kids with special needs. Um, my third brother has dyslexia. Um, smart as heck. He's smart, the smartest one of all four of us boys, but he really struggles to read. And the rest of us boys, we just kind of got A's and B's naturally because reading was never a problem. And my third brother came home with C's and D's. And dad and mom just gave him hell because he was lazy. No, he's dyslexic, but they didn't know about dyslexia when dad became a teacher. And dad didn't know anything. Excuse me. My parents didn't know anything about ADHD or autism or anything like that. And in 1844, they didn't know anything about epilepsy. And people have been having epilepsy since people, since humans became humans. And so we're sitting around the cave, the fire in front of the cave, eating the ground sloth that we had just slaughtered for the community feast, and somebody goes stiff, catatonic, or they fall over and start foaming at the mouth. And we're worried, we can't really do anything, and we don't know what's happening. And then the person comes to consciousness. And the person says, "Hey, while I was out, I just talked to God." Why would we disbelieve them? And so we began to think maybe there is such a thing as prophets who do talk to God. And some people would wake up in the morning and say, "Hey, God, talk to me." And I think we need to take the village down this path. And it turned out to be a fortuitous path. Well, people started listening to them. And I'm going to just completely make up a person, a non existent person just out of thin air. I'm going to call him Amos. Does not exist, did not exist. Um, Amos woke up one morning and he said, "Baby, God talked to me last night." I said, "Well, so what did God say?" And Amos said, "You know that thing I've always wanted you to do that you never want to do?" "Yeah." "Well, God says you need to do that." "But I don't want to do it." And this is the beginning of human belief in just people being human, and they don't know why storms and earthquakes and things are caused. And they blame it on, I don't know, which means God. Uh, and God sends disasters when he's angry. "But I don't want to do that." "Baby, you don't want to make God angry." And so Amos's wife did what she didn't really want to do. And another time Amos woke up and says, "Baby, God talked to me last night." "Well, what did God say this time?" "Well, you know that thing you never wanted me to do that I've always wanted to do, but you never will let me? God said I have to do it." "No, no, no, you can't do that." "Well, but you don't want to make God angry, do you?" And to me, this is the beginning of religion. You don't want to make God angry, do you? It's manipulation and control. I'm not anti-belief. It's kind of hard not to believe in something. It's very hard not to want to pray to something when you're walking down a dark alley at 2 o'clock in the morning and hope it's scary. It's a scary neighborhood, and you hope you get home and you want to pray. Or mom is sick, dad is sick, and the doctors don't think they're going to get better, and you want to pray something or somebody and hope that mom or dad get well. Keep them around a little longer. So it's human to want to, you know, to pray for things to change. The point that I've been trying to work toward in this video is that religion seems to me to have come about as a means of control. You must participate in the village sacrificial rites, and you must please the gods so that natural disasters don't happen. And if somebody had an epileptic fit and came to and talked about God says we should do this, we don't want natural disasters to happen. And so we do things. And when some people get power, power goes to their head. And we see that from the beginning of Christianity. We see some of that in Judaism. We see a lot of it in Islam. Um, and I'm going out on a limb here. In some places, such as Myanmar, the Buddhists wield power, religious power, over the Rohingya because of religious differences. You don't want to make God mad, do you? And I'm not anti-belief. It's hard not to believe in something. but at the same time, um, I'm anti-religion, really, because I'm anti somebody else controlling me because they have an agenda. I have my own agenda. I have things that I want to do, and I will do them if I'm able to. And I don't want somebody else who has an agenda that goes opposite of mine to try to control me to do things that go against everything that I believe is right. And so I'm going to stop this video here. And this video has been about how religion came about. So I'll talk to you guys later.